What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. So this video is going to be all about my biggest tips for people who are starting to get into lifting weights, or if you're a hard gainer and you can't put on any mass. If you're beginning, if you want to get into lifting weights, if you want to put on muscle, there's so much I want to tell you. There's so much that I've learned over the years. There's so much misinformation that I've used and I've learned the hard way that it's just pure bro science and bullshit. This video is for people who are serious about lifting weights. If you're serious about wanting to put on muscle, if you're serious about wanting to be fit, wanting to have a good physique, wanting to live a healthy, fit lifestyle, if you're serious about that, this is for you. The number one thing that I recommend that you have to there's no way around this. There is no way around this. You have to learn to cook your own food. That's just a basic given. You have to know exactly what you're eating, exactly what you're putting in your body. It's common sense. If you want to if you want to get into a healthy, fit lifestyle, you have to know what you're putting in your body. You can't rely on someone, you can't rely on your parents cooking, you can't rely on restaurant foods for every meal. You have to have a baseline of what kind of foods you eat every single day. Obviously, I strongly recommend whole foods plant-based diet, because just by eating whole foods plant-based, you get nutrition, you get all the protein, all the carbs, all the fat just from a whole foods plant-based diet. So learn to cook your own food. Don't give me that BS that you can't cook your own food. You have to eat your parents' food. You have Indian parents. You live with your parents. You live with your mom, dad. No, you have to learn to cook your own food. And if you have to have the conversation with your parents, because I know I've had that conversation, it's taken me, when I first started back in 2012, I started meal prepping around 2013, 2014, and I had to have the conversation with my parents that this is the lifestyle that I want to go into. I have to learn to cook my own food, so please don't cook for me. So I started buying my own groceries, started cooking myself. Now, you don't have to buy your own groceries, but just learning to cook your own food for yourself is number one. There's no way around that. If you want to put on muscle, if you want to lose weight, if you want to be shredded, you have to cook your own food, meal prep, whatever. Cook your own food. Now, the biggest mistake that I made when I first started lifting weights is revolving everything around protein. Protein isn't the most important thing. It is not the most important thing. The most recent studies shows that you need 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. In this study, it mentions anything over 1.6 grams per kilogram it makes no difference. You don't get an increase in muscle mass, you don't get a decrease. It makes no difference. So 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. So for example, I am right now around 97, 98 kilos. So for me, 1.6 grams for my weight would be around 150, 155 grams of protein, which it's not that much. If I eat 5 protein meals every single day, I hit 150 grams of protein. I don't even have to take a protein shake to hit 150 grams of protein. No protein shake. I don't need a protein shake. You don't need all these extra BS supplements to get in your protein, because protein isn't important. It is the quality of your foods that is important. The quality of the foods that you eat, not the protein. The quality of the foods as a whole is important. Quality and calories. Calories is important, not protein. Protein, you can have 6 protein shakes a day and it's not going to do shit to you, because it's not about the protein, it's about the calories. Calories in versus calories out. If you want to put on mass, if you want to put on weight, if you want to put on muscle, you have to eat more calories. If you want to lose weight, get shredded, you have to eat less calories. Now, there's so many diets now. These days, there's intermittent fasting, there's a keto diet, there's the low carb diet. There's so many different kinds of diet. And to be honest, they work. They probably work, but they all follow the same rule of calories in, calories out. So it's all about the calories, not the protein. Now, if you're eating 5 protein meals a day, 5 whole food plant-based meals like your chickpeas, your lentils, your nuts, your seeds, herbs, spices, 5 meals, 5 whole food meals, 1 meal chickpeas, 1 meal lentils, like whole grain bread, whole grain pasta, you're going to hit your protein requirements for the day. If you're 70 kilos, you would need around 110, 115 grams of protein. That's not that much at all. You're going to hit that just by eating whole foods plant-based. So don't put so much importance on protein. Put that importance on the quality of foods and the calories. Now, the reason why we track macros is so we can change up our calories per week. So for example, we need a way to measure our progress. Write down how much you weigh every morning. So as soon as you wake up, take a poop and then weigh yourself. So you're completely empty stomach, and that should be how you weigh yourself every morning. There's no point weighing yourself midday, at nighttime, in the gym, because your weight fluctuates throughout the day. So always measure yourself in the morning. So I usually wake up, I take a poop, and then I measure myself. And I do that every single day because that's how I stay consistent. Carbs, fat, protein. So you have your protein, 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. That is the max protein you need. There is no point eating more protein. You are going to hit that protein regardless just by eating 5 meals that have some kind of protein in them. And that leaves us with fat and carbs. So fat and carbs are important. They are what's going to decide if you're going to put on mass or if you're going to not put on mass. So focus. If you're just getting started in the gym, start by just eating 5 meals, 5 whole food plant-based meals, and then do it 5 times for a week and then see what happens. Because in your first few weeks in the gym is when you're going to make the most progress. So you have to make sure your diet, your calories are spot on. You have to make sure your training is spot on, because the amount of progress you can make in the first few weeks of gym, the noob gains, is amazing. You can make so much progress, but you have to be strict. You have to be spot on with the foods, with the calories, with the quality of food. But it's not that complicated. It is simple. So if you're just getting started in the gym, you have to learn to cook your own food. So once you've learned to cook your own food, you have to figure out what carbs, what fat you're going to start off with, because you have your protein, 1.6 grams per kilogram. So work out your carbs and fat. I would recommend just seeing how much you can eat. Just don't do anything. Just measure out what you would normally eat, what you feel comfortable with, and do that for 7 days. And then check your progress. After 7 days, if you've put on weight, good. If you don't, increase your calories. Macros helps you count your calories, because macro is just by itself, it's not important. But the calories are important. So track everything you eat. Every single thing you eat, track it. And once you've tracked it, you know, you have a gauge of how many calories you're eating. And of course, it's not exact. It's MyFitnessPal. When you weigh foods out, it's not 100%. It's not accurate. It's not the most accurate thing. You're going to be off by about 10 to 20 to 30% every single day. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to be consistent. If you're a beginner or you're a hard gainer, and when you're trying to put on weight, you're eating junk food like KFC, like McDonald's, like all these high calorie, high oil, high fatty foods. No, do not do that. That makes no sense. So stay away from junk food. Stay away from junk food. You can get in calories from clean foods. And when I say clean, I don't mean bland. There's so many recipes out there. There's so many ways you can make your food taste good and still be healthy. So all you should care about is getting in your calories. At the end of the day, it's all about the calories, because you're going to get in your protein. 100 grams of protein for a 70 kilo person, you're going to get 100 grams of protein. You're going to get it. If you eat whole foods plant-based, you're going to get that much protein. Don't worry about protein. Worry about your carbs and your fat and the quality of the foods you eat. And don't think that these tips are only for you if you want to build muscle, if you want to be bulky. That's another thing that I hear when people tell me like, oh, I want to get fit, I want to be a little bit bigger, but I don't want to get too bulky. Shut up, you're not going to get bulky. You're not going to get too big. You know how hard it is just to get big, to get muscle, to put on muscle? It takes an insane amount of work and eating to get to a point of just lean muscle. And there is a way you can put on muscle without putting on any fat, without becoming too bulky. But it is a long process. And people usually overestimate how much progress you can make as a natural weightlifter. It's really not that much. Obviously, this is different if you're just starting training, because noob gains, you can, because it's such a shock to your body, you can put on much more mass in a short amount of time than me. All about calories in versus calories out. And the simplest way I can put it is eat and track your progress. If you don't make any progress, eat more. If you don't make any progress, eat more. It's honestly as simple as that. If you're not making any progress, even after you're tracking your macros, counting your calories, it's simple. Just increase your calories. Add in an extra 50, 100 grams of carbs. Add in some more fat, like add in some extra teaspoons of MCT oil. Do something to make sure you're getting in more calories. That's how simple it is. Eat more food. Eat more food. And more often than not, when people tell me, oh, Lakshay, I can't put on any muscle, I've been eating 4,000, 5,000 calories a day. You're not eating 4,000 calories a day. To sum up everything that I've just said, cook your own food. Focus on the quality of your food. Focus on the calories, not the protein. You don't need that much protein. And stick to the basics and stay consistent. Stay consistent. And like I said, people overestimate how much progress you can make as a natural lifter. But at the same time, people underestimate how much progress you can make when you first start lifting weights. So if you're starting to lift weights now, take it seriously, because the amount of progress you can make is crazy. It's insane. You can make so much progress. So please focus on your calories, focus on your food, focus on your training. It'll all add up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have any questions, please ask me in the comment section down below, or chuck me a DM on Messenger, on Instagram, or anything. Reach out to me and I am more than happy to help. Subscribe if you haven't. Please like and share this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you.